What is happening? Welcome to another pitcher video breakdown. My name is Nick Pollack, and today we've got this guy. He's back! It's Lance McCullers! Oh my gosh, and if you forgot who he is, I just want to show you lots of things really quickly. I mean, he's going to throw a 90-mile-per-hour fastball to start, and don't worry about that. It moves a lot. He's just getting back into it. Average 92 in this start. Okay, 91, just getting into the groove. And let's be honest, actually, Mir Droth, you should understand that for MLB debuts and for guys returning from injury, especially if they miss on the first pitch, they are throwing a fastball for a strike before they do anything else. It's so rare to see a fastball for a strike as your first strike back. So that fastball down the middle there, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You're just going to get all this filth now from McCullers. Like, that was your chance. This has got to be the slider. Yeah, there it is. And you can see, look how defensive that swing is too, because he thinks that this is going to be an easier one to hit, then it just keeps going. Oh, so far away. Like, that's as if it was out here. I've seen swings like that, not for like down and away. That's how filthy McCullers' slider is. Throw it again. He left that one up, and it really does look like a sweeper. They're calling it a slider, but it's like 12 inches of horizontal break, I want to say, at least, if not more than that. And there's a changeup, and also absolutely filthy, right? And that's really the takeaway from Lance McCullers. His stuff moves. There's a sinker backdoor 94. We're all fine. 94. See, everything's okay. You throw another sinker inside. Oh gosh, I love that. If Lance McCullers could actually do this consistently, and if I were him, I would not even try to do the backdoor one. I mean, sure you can if you have that much movement, you can nail it. But the problem is kind of like what Kate Povich said. If you haven't watched that video, by the way, go and do it. I sat down with Kate Povich for 100 minutes and just talked about his career and what he does and his mentality. It's amazing. Go watch it. It's inside of our channel. It's underneath the live tab of all of our videos, but you really got to watch that one. But he threw a sweeper to Aaron Judge that was supposed to be a backdoor. For whatever reason, Kate Povich's sweeper that normally gets like only 9 to 10 inches of horizontal movement had 15 inches on that pitch. That sweeper that was supposed to be here landed over here. And what happened? Well, that's what happened. That's the kind of fear you have throwing these backdoor sinkers, is that when you miss with them, you get more movement, you're going to miss over the middle. However, if you throw this one, you're going to miss inside too far. You're rarely going to hit them. Sometimes fine, but honestly, I would rather that risk, you know? And that's why I'm such a fan of inside sinkers. And McCullers could do that with any sort of regularity. That would be amazing. So 0-2, you got to throw the breaker now. Yeah, there it is, slider. And that's not a good one. It's fouled off, and this looks like, oh, what a dotted pitch. You don't want this. This is 0-2. You're not supposed to throw it in the zone here. You're supposed to throw it out of the zone. And if you've noticed that McCullers hasn't quite executed the best one yet, I guess 0-1 one, or the one with the first time. That's a good one. That's what the first one should have been. I would throw a third one. I want to get cute. I would just throw a third one. Ooh! Did you see that drop on that? Man. Look at that drop. Here it is. This is very much in the zone. You're deciding right now to swing. Miguel Vargas just, sorry, buddy. That's down here now. That's at 93. Ugh. Why throw these sinkers ever over the plate? And there's another slider, and that one's just left upstairs, right? And Vargas, good enough hitter, is able to get to that. Those sweepers, when they're upstairs, are just generally easier to hit because you can get the lift, and then it's going out, right? So if you're just kind of going up like that, as opposed to trying to get down and out like that, it's really harder. I know that was really good analysis, but yeah, lofted sweepers are generally not a good idea in the slightest, and it's clearly not what you would want to do. And they said a slider, Nick, not a sweeper. This is pretty much a sweeper. I actually have an interview with Lance McCullers on our podcast, not visually, but he described 3-4 years ago about his slider and how he's throwing it, because I was like, man, you're throwing a slider in this curve now. What are you doing? And he said, well, I throw it like I'm like a pizza. And I go, what? And I'm doing this with Alex Fast. And he goes like this. We're doing it with video. And he goes, well, I'm just like trying to open my palm and throw the pizza. Which is pretty much what like a sweeper is. You're trying to like throw the pizza like that, but not really. You're trying to go like this. This is bad. Kids, don't twist your wrist. Whenever like parents are saying, oh, you're gonna break your arm that way, the flick is what does that. Because if you actually, here's something we can all do right now. You can put your 2 fingers right here on your arm and then just twist your wrist, and you will feel the tendon tense up all of a sudden. But if you do that and you just go like this, the tendon is much less, oh gosh, than that. That's why it's bad. Okay, cool. We move on. Man on first. Oh, there's that changeup. Oh my gosh. Do you see this movement? Do you see this? Ugh. I'm gonna do the good old slow down. This is look like if this is a cutter, this is missing in here, right? Or something like that. Bam. In the zone. So like really you want that here. I mean, sure you can do the front door one. You got some free real estate since you're doing that. But man, that's some filthy looking stuff. Yeah, you throw it again, and he's so out in front. Benintendi used to be voiced by Benetti, who is the Mr. Rogers of baseball. Jason Benetti. Oh, one of my favorites. You see him so out in front of that one. He's going to expect another one, you know. So what you can probably do is you probably can throw a fastball down and away and you'll get him. But change up again. It's got to be. Oh, that's nasty. That is so filthy. That's the first knuckle curve we've seen the entire time. And wow. Like, if you're expecting something going the opposite direction, which I'm sure Benintendi did, to see that just go the opposite is so sick. Oh, that is two plane movement. That starts over here, goes straight down here. Man. If McCullers can always throw that back foot, I should say, not backdoor, back foot breaker like that to lefties, oh my gosh, that's insane. You just completely tug that one. You got to get a sinker inside here. You left it away, but that's actually a changeup, and that works okay because he was too out in front. That's why it was off the end of the bat. That's why it was fouled off. He's out in front, which means that you throw something getting soft because he's out in front. Okay, 1-1. You throw something soft, yeah, but just don't do it down the middle. Like, this is terrible. You know, let's be honest. If Luis Robert Jr. was really looking for this, there's no way this is falling in front of an outfielder, right? This is still off the end of the bat decently, because this is just as meaty of a meaty changeup as you would want. But yeah. So now this is first and third, 2 outs. We have Cuero, right? What is the pitcher feeling right now? I would say it's a changeup, but you probably need to speed them up a little. No. Okay. Curveball. And also I will mention, yeah, off speed is the right call, I should say. It breaks the rule of you have a guy in scoring position for the first time, you always throw a breaking pitch because they want a fastball to knock that guy in the first pitch. So curveball was the right call, but that was just not a good one. 1-0, what do we get? And there it is. You get it. Cool. Free real estate. That's going to happen every time. Luis Robert Jr. just stole second base, though. So, oh boy. Now, David Cone used to actually say something. You say, oh, cool, now there's an open base, so you can pitch around them. Make sure that this isn't the guy that beats you. If you get behind the count, don't give him an easy pitch to hit, which is what you do. But David Cone would say this, that if it's first and second, or first and third here, you still have an empty base. You should have the same mentality at this point, you know, because you don't want to give an easy pitch to hit to score the run. So it doesn't really change anything in that regard. I always love that from Cone. There's that curve again. It's 3 curves. He's 1 for 3 in this one. Oh, and a 4th. Wow. He's leaning into it. Now you can throw the changeup down and away. Oh, backdoor curve again. And do you get it? Okay, all right. That is Lance McCullers' first inning back from the majors. And I think you understand a bit here of, yes, he has filth. That curveball, he just threw 5 of them in a row and he got that final out. He has a changeup that can look very nasty. He has a sinker that can look very lively. The slider looks good, but the whole thing is just, where's it going? And the fact that he went 3.2 innings with 3 walks and 87 pitches should tell you the inefficiency here. And this isn't something that is new. This isn't just like, oh, he's coming back and he'll get into that rhythm. He'll be better. He possibly could. He has gotten into rhythms in the past, and I'm sure he will at some point. But Lance McCullers has a history of being inefficient. Lots of movement and not always knowing where it's going. I hope he can find it. You know, that changeup is looking as good as ever. And the fact that it's a full 4-pitch mix instead of just like only sliders and only curves is really, really cool. So I'm excited to watch more of him in the future. I am a little worried that we're not going to get peak McCullers for a little bit until he figures out that it gets that one start where everything is cooking and we all freak out. But that is it for today. Thank you all so much for subscribing here. And go watch that Kate Povich interview, my gosh. But my name is Nick Pollack of Pitcher List. And get out of here.